Several years ago, I taught my dog to wait for my command, to wait before jumping in to eat a certain food, a certain treat. So I put the treat down, I give my dog the command to wait, and my dog waits, obedient, respectful. And then I allow him to go ahead and eat a certain food. And he's freed, and he eats that food. This is the exact same thing we do with our restrictions, our own internal restrictions. But there's no one giving the command to wait. There's no one giving the command to feel restrained, to be psychologically locked up in a prison cell. It's just an automatic reaction. It's the autopilot reaction that we've had for forever. This is all we've known. Now, why do we tend to be locked up like this? Why do we tend to be so restrained sometimes instead of feeling free, instead of just being free to express whatever we want to express? Doesn't really matter. Childhood experiences probably. What matters is how we escape this state. How do we evolve from this? How do we free ourselves? And the answer lays in the story I just told you before with my dog. But with me and my dog, I am the one giving him permission. In this case, you have to be the one giving yourself permission. It's just as simple as that sometimes. And you don't have to do insane introspection practices or stuff like that. All you have to do is spot yourself in a certain situation where you realize that you would like to be a bit more expressive, a bit more free. And all you have to do is tell yourself in your mind, I give myself permission to be more expressive. Because if you are looking for external permission, no one can give it to you all the time. That's one. And then second, if someone gives yourself permission, that just allows you to give yourself permission, and in the end it's still you who's giving yourself permission, but you sometimes feel the need to be assisted in that process, because that's the case, isn't it? Sometimes around certain people you are able to be extremely expressive, and then other times around other people in different circumstances you're frozen, you are extremely reserved. Now again, this is not about people that, some people are able to be more expressive if they want to, but for some reasons they just choose not to. I don't have to give you a roadmap of establishing if you are this person or not, because you already know if you are in this category or not. So you just have to be honest with yourself, and in the end, if you want to escape this place, this inner prison cell that you are in all the time, you have to take this advice and you have to take the courage to give yourself the permission. If a part of you wants to be more expressive and you are unable to respect that desire of that small part of you, then it means you have the goal to not engage into that situation. You have the goal to avoid such dangers. You have the goal to avoid a situation in which you might be threatened, judged, rejected. It's all about that at the end of the day. And moreover, you're playing not to lose. You are not playing to win. And that's a big thing, because how do you live a fulfilling life playing not to lose? Do you understand this concept of playing not to lose? Because that is what restraining yourself is. You are just staying in the safe zone, because if you feel that need, that desire of being more expressive, but you feel like if you obey that desire, there is a small risk that you might feel judged, for example. And it's not worth it. Or at least that's what you believe, because otherwise you would just engage in it. But I gave this example before. If you feel cold, you will just get dressed. If you don't get dressed, then it means you're okay with the cold. It means there are other situations that are worth enduring the cold. It's just the same with this. How much do you desire to be expressive? Some people go through this for years and years and years. Years of just waiting for permission from others, years of just disobeying their authentic self, years of separation from their authentic desires. And it's a shame, really. Why would you do that? Why would you keep living in such a prison when it's just so easy? And all you need two things ultimately: the courage to give yourself permission, and the action, this knowledge that I just gave you, that you have to give yourself permission. In those moments, really take a small step back mentally and just think to yourself, there is no good reason for me to feel restrained anymore. There is nothing for me to lose. There are no such scary circumstances that would be threatening to my life, for example. So I just give myself permission. And when you give yourself this permission, your goal changes from playing not to lose to playing to win. And that's a fulfilling life. That's a thriving life. That's a beautiful life. Why wouldn't you live it? So go ahead and live it.